You guys, this is mind-blowing. This is the most scary story I've ever heard. This explains a lot. Like, that's why he is fighting. That's why he's not afraid of Adesanya or anyone. Okay, hello guys. We're gonna talk today about Jan Błachowicz, and this is the most insane, crazy story I've ever heard in my life. It explains a lot of how Jan Błachowicz is the fighter that he is the person that he is the most insane story I've ever heard. So let's just get straight into it. And it involves obviously Jan Błachowicz and a dead person who hanged himself. It's so insane, and you really can tell from this story who Jan Błachowicz is as a person, because I don't know anyone who would have dealt with this situation the way Jan Błachowicz did, and that really shows who he is as a person, and the way he's like, the fear is almost absent from his life. Maybe not absent, but like the way he has conquered his fears. There are really two types of people who can deal with the situation the way he dealt, and those are either psychopaths or just a person who conquered his fears. But let's get into this story right away, and then let's analyze it, and that you are honestly gonna receive so many answers in this video. So basically, some time ago, Jan found the hanged man in a Polish forest while he was simply walking his, I believe he has 2 dogs. So it was normal walk as usual, right? He didn't think much, but then he saw a man standing. So he didn't think too much of it. He didn't really pay attention. But then he called his dogs. And what bothered him, or what seemed strange to him, was that the man that was standing didn't even pay attention, didn't even flinch, right? So he thought, something is off here, something is weird. So he came a little bit closer, and he saw that, well, something strange is really happening. So he came a little bit more closer, and then he realized what's up. The guy was not standing, he was hanging, but his feet were so close to the ground that he decided to, come to see the guy from the front. Can you imagine if I saw something like that? I would have ran away as fast as I could. It would have been so disturbing to me. But he, just being Jan Błachowicz, decided to go and to see him from the front, like to see his face. So he came from the front. He came from the front, and he realized that the guy was like dead. But then he still decided to ask him, dude, are you okay? Is everything all right? And obviously the dude, the person who was hanging there, who was dead, did not respond, and he called for police and medical help. And so basically afterwards he wasn't like too shocked to the point where he didn't even know what to do. He obviously waited for everyone, and so basically he asked medical help, medical service people, why is the person hanging but also standing, because his feet were like barely touching the ground. And so basically a medical staff told him that it's because his neck was like longer, because some of the bones were fractured. And but they offered him to take the rope on which this person hanged himself, because it's like a good luck thing, good luck charm, or whatever it is. And he decided not to take the rope, because you also have to understand, I don't know where you're watching this from. If you're from Poland and you're watching it, hello Poland and the Polish people, I love you so much. Maybe not as much as Jan Błachowicz, but welcome to my channel. But if you are from the US or UK or somewhere there, you don't understand that places like Czech Republic, Poland are very superstitious, and so we kind of believe in these like things, I guess. So basically taking the rope is believed to be like a good luck or something, and he didn't take the rope, but he comes to that forest and touches this rope every time before his fight, and his rate of success, I believe he said in that interview or whatever, is 90%, and that just to me is insane. That this story literally explains a lot, and I don't know, I don't believe he is a psychopath. He seems like a nice guy, and obviously you cannot, like, as a psychologist, diagnose anyone with psychopathy. Sometimes people who are, especially athletes, they have a lower heart rate and they are just less scared of things, and especially if you're doing the sport like this, you have to be, I guess, I know you have to be not as sensitive to dangers and stuff like that, but that's a whole different level, you guys. That's like a whole different level. And obviously, I think, my personal opinion, obviously I don't diagnose people with anything, or I can't for sure give you characteristics of him, or just like any type of assessment, evaluation, stuff like that. Obviously I can think something of who he is, but I really think that it's just him conquering his fears. It's him being more than just his feelings and his fear, and that's something that you have to do, that's something that you have to be. But the extent to which he conquered his fears, like, probably it was an early morning, Polish, I don't know, summer, winter, whatever it was. If it was winter, it was probably very dark as well. That is insane. Like, this story just blew my mind, because I've never heard anything like that. It's like one of those stories, you know how people, when they get into prison, in the prison, they say this like super scary stories about themselves, because it is believed to be kind of cool, or like, you know, anonymous alcoholics, or, you know, people who are drug addicts, they tell each other this like insane crazy stories to just make you feel like, oh my gosh, like you're so impressed, like to impress you, you know, or to make you think that you're a badass. Well, this story is actual badass story, and I actually thought whether or not this story is the truth, because it kind of helps with the promotion. It also could be used as a tool to scare like your opponents, I guess, right? Because you are so like unafraid of anything, right? But I really don't believe that he made this story up, simply because the way he described it, there were many details when he was talking, how medical staff and personnel told him that some bone fractured in the neck. He told exactly what bone it was, and there are a lot of details, and he's not like the type of guy who is attention seeker by any means. He's not like, he doesn't seem, at least, to be an attention seeker at all, and he is just like, it would have been very not cool for him to make up stories like that, and if he did, I believe it would have come up that he did. So I really don't think that this story is made up. I think this is an actual story. It's very savage. I was trying to find the word. Yes, he is the most savage athlete I've ever seen. This is one of the most savage stories this is the most savage story I've ever heard, probably, and especially taking into consideration that it was forest. Ooh, just thinking about it makes me feel some type of way. I don't know. What about you guys? Please comment in the section down below what you guys think, because it's like, it is so savage. And yes, I believe that you have to be savage if you're not like a born psychopath, where your heart rate is lower and your amygdala, which is the part of your brain responsible for stress, fight or flight reaction, is not smaller than a usual person. Then you have to develop yourself into this kind of unafraid person, like a savage person, like Jan Błachowicz. But yeah, he's like now my favorite. I'm really considering, that's a joke, but I was thinking about making the whole channel about Jan Błachowicz, because that is so, not entertaining, what's the right word to use? He is so, like, he's such an outlier, like, from the regular person, and I believe in the way he practices and stuff. I really love him. My ex-favorite fighter used to be Fedor Emelianenko in the UFC world, right? But now with the Jan Błachowicz and this story, it just makes this aura around him of like this mystery, and just, yeah, he is a really interesting dude, very hard working as well, and he gives actually a lot of great insights into his psychology and what tools he uses in order to be that way, I guess. If you want to see some other tools that he shared and that I analyzed, my analysis of him and just overall about sports psychology and psychology, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button or dislike button if you didn't like this video, and also go to my channel, watch my other videos, and as I said, do not forget to comment in the section down below what you think about this story. It's so crazy. Yeah, as I said, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.